Let me ask you something. Why did God give you potential? Why did He plant dreams in your heart, ideas in your mind, and strength in your soul? He did it because you were made for impact. You were made to shift atmospheres, change generations, and walk in purpose. But here's the danger. Potential can be wasted. Not by some giant, obvious failure. No, it gets wasted by little things you barely notice. Tiny habits, subtle distractions, mindless routines that feel normal, but are secretly draining your destiny. So listen closely. This might just be the warning that saves your calling. Let's talk about 5 sneaky ways you're wasting your potential without even realizing it. Point 1. Scrolling more than studying. You ever pick up your phone for just 5 minutes and somehow an hour disappears? You scroll, you swipe, you laugh, you double tap, but your brain? It's idle. Your thumb is working overtime, but your mind is unemployed. You're feeding on entertainment but starving your spirit. And we wonder why our ideas feel dry, our goals feel stuck, our progress feels fake. Understand this. The algorithm is programmed to steal your focus, but God said, renew your mind. So if you want to rise, you've got to flip the script. Less scrolling, more studying, because success doesn't come to the distracted, it comes to the disciplined. Point 2. Impressing people who don't even like themselves. Real talk? Some of us are living for people who wouldn't even cry at our funeral. You're buying clothes to impress people who don't even like their own reflection. You're posting for attention from people who don't know their own direction. You weren't born to perform. You were born to become. And every second you spend trying to please people is a second you're not walking in your purpose. Let them talk. Let them scroll past. Let them roll their eyes. They didn't call you. They didn't anoint you. God did. So stop living like you need their approval. Your potential doesn't need applause. It needs action. Point 3. Talking big, but taking no action. Everybody's got dreams, but dreams without discipline are just delusions. You keep telling people what you're gonna do someday. You say things like, one day I'll start the business, write the book, drop the song, hit the gym. But when? Dreams don't come to talkers, they come to workers. Potential doesn't manifest in your mouth, it shows up in your grind. Every minute you spend talking could have been a step forward, so get up, move, start. Because success doesn't respond to noise, it responds to effort. Point 4. Letting every setback break you. Listen, pain is part of the process. Life is going to hit you, hard. But setbacks were never meant to destroy you. They were meant to develop you. Some people waste their calling because they collapse every time something goes wrong. They get rejected and they stop. They lose money and they quit. They hear one insult and they shut down. But potential needs pressure. You've got to learn to bounce back. Not everything is personal. Not every storm is punishment. Sometimes the trial is the training. If you let every little thing break you, you'll never become who you were born to be. So rise, shake it off, and keep going. Point 5. Focusing on everything except purpose. Your time is too expensive to waste. Yet so many of us are focused on things that don't even matter. Gossip, jealousy, drama, distractions. You were meant to build something eternal, but you're stuck in things that are empty. When you chase everything, you catch nothing. So refocus. What did God put you here to do? What wakes you up in the morning? what burns in your soul. That's what deserves your time. That's what deserves your best. Purpose isn't a side hustle. It's your assignment. Don't waste your energy where your destiny doesn't live. Point 6. Comparing instead of creating. You weren't born to copy, you were born to create. But every time you compare your journey to someone else's, you start shrinking your own vision. You scroll through someone's success and suddenly forget what God told you to do. Comparison leads to insecurity. Insecurity leads to paralysis. And nothing kills potential faster than staying stuck in someone else's shadow. Focus on your lane. Build your own thing. Let your gift breathe. Point 7. Saying yes to everything. Being busy doesn't mean you're being effective. A lot of people waste their potential doing things God never told them to do. You say yes to everyone, except yourself. You're helping everybody build their dream, while yours is dying from neglect. It's not selfish to protect your purpose. It's wise. Every yes to distraction is a no to your destiny. Point 8. Ignoring God's voice. You can't fulfill your potential if you're ignoring the one who gave it to you. We listen to influencers, podcasts, friends, opinions, but what about God? When was the last time you paused and actually asked Him, "What do you want me to do?" Potential is a gift from God, so don't waste it by following noise. Turn down the world's volume, tune into His whisper. Point 9. Running from discipline. Potential is the seed. Discipline is the water. Without habits, your gifts dry up. You can be talented and still stay stuck if you're lazy with your routine. Greatness isn't built on feelings, it's built on consistency. Discipline may feel boring, but it's the secret to impact. Wake up, show up, even when you don't feel like it. Point 10. Waiting for the perfect time. You keep waiting for the right time, the right mood, the right money, the right support. But listen, the right time is now. Every delay becomes a habit, and while you're waiting, someone else is building. Potential has an expiration date if you keep procrastinating. Start messy, start small, but start. Point 11. Refusing to let go of the past. Your future is calling, but you keep letting the past answer. There's no way forward when you're still dragging what's behind you. Some of us are stuck in cycles, not because of what's happening right now, but because we've never healed from what happened back then. You replay the betrayal. You rehearse the rejection. You hold on to guilt, shame, regret, like it's some badge you earned. But hear this. Your past is a place of reference, not residence. You can't rewrite what happened, but you can refuse to relive it. Healing is not forgetting. It's choosing to move forward even while remembering. God can redeem anything, but He can't lead someone who keeps looking backwards. Let it go, not because it wasn't real, but because your purpose is even more real. Point 12. Fearing failure. Point more than embracing growth. Let's be real. Most people aren't lazy. They're scared. Scared of failing. Scared of being judged. Scared that their best effort might not be enough. So they settle for comfort. They stay quiet. They wait for a sign. But the real issue is fear. Here's the truth. You cannot grow without risk, and every breakthrough demands you face something that could break you. But failure? Failure is fertilizer. The people you admire didn't avoid mistakes, they mastered them. They learned, adapted, evolved. You don't need perfection. You need courage. Because every time you let fear stop you, your potential stays locked inside. So, sign. Point 13. Neglecting your health. You want to run your race, but your body is breaking down before the finish line. Let's not forget, your calling needs your energy. How can you build the vision God gave you if you're always exhausted, sick, or mentally foggy? Purpose is spiritual, yes, but it's also physical. The enemy doesn't always attack your plans. Sometimes he just wears you out. You don't need a new miracle. You need rest. You need water, sleep. Point 14. Surrounding yourself with stagnant people. Potential needs environment. A seed can't grow in bad soil, and you can't grow in the wrong crowd. Look around you. Are your friends pushing you or pacifying you? Are they challenging you or keeping you stuck? You may have purpose, but if your circle is filled with gossip, comfort, and compromise, eventually you'll settle too. Sometimes, the biggest shift in your life comes when you change who you listen to. Get around hungry people, visionary people, people who talk about ideas, not drama, because who you walk with shapes where you end up, and your future is too big to waste in rooms that feel safe but keep you small. Point 15. Talking to yourself like an enemy. If you talk to your friends the way you talk to yourself, would you even have friends? Think about it. How many times have you told yourself, "I'm not enough. I always mess up. I'll probably fail anyway"? Now imagine a child hearing that every single day. That's your soul. That's your potential. Words are weapons, and too many of us are wounding our own future with negative self-talk. You can't build greatness while tearing yourself down. God already called you chosen. He called you equipped. He said you're more than a conqueror. But if you keep repeating lies, you'll never live His truth. So speak life out loud. Encourage yourself even when you don't feel strong. Because if your mind doesn't believe, your gift won't activate. If you're tired of wasting what God placed in you, if you're ready to take ownership of your future, if you feel that fire rising up inside you right now, then drop a comment and say, "I choose growth," not just for clout, not just to sound deep, but as a declaration that you're done playing small, you're done being distracted, you're done doubting, you're ready to walk in what's yours. Like this video, share it with someone who needs this wake-up call. Let's rise together. Follow us for more faith-filled motivation, and God bless you if you do.